Did you know that most people waste over 80% of their year? What if you could achieve more in just 12 weeks than most people do in 12 months? Wouldn't that be amazing? Let me ask you this. Have you ever been in this situation? The year starts and you're feeling inspired, thinking to yourself, this is the year I'll finally speak that language confidently. Or maybe this is the year I'll travel more, work internationally, or even move abroad. But somewhere between the busy days of being a professional and procrastination, you get to the end of the year. And by December, you're stuck in the same place, feeling hopeless and frustrated again. Well, I've been there too. That system didn't work for me either. I felt motivated and energized and set big goals for the year. But a few months in, I realized that I wasn't taking any action towards those goals. And I ended up feeling like I wasted another year. But then I accidentally found a system that worked for me. I learned how to even make it better with the ideas in the book, The 12-Week Year. So let's dive into it and see how it can help you achieve more than you ever thought with your goals. Hi and welcome. If you're new here, my name is Parisa, and on this channel we talk about the skills you need for successful international experiences and life abroad in general. We do this with a holistic approach, looking at the big picture. If that sounds something that is interesting for you, make sure to subscribe for more videos. So let's first talk about why New Year's resolutions don't work. The first key idea in the book is closing the execution gap. Many people already know what they should do, but fail to do it consistently. That's called the execution gap. You know that practicing a language daily will improve fluency and confidence. But are you actually doing it? You know that networking and meeting new people can open up new opportunities, but are you taking action? On a personal level, we all know that the secret to staying healthy and fit is exercising and eating better. But do we all actually do it? So let's pause and reflect a bit. Do you only need to learn more about how to achieve your goal, or do you also need to work on your execution? How can we close this gap? We can close it by setting our goals the right way, planning properly, and then following through on that plan. So let's talk about how to do that. Key idea number 2 in the book is replace annual planning with period planning. So what's the problem with New Year's resolutions? Well, the problem is that the 12-month is a long period of time for most of our goals. What do I mean by that? I realized this by accident and it worked really well for me. So I'd set some goals in December for the start of the new year. Then in March, I do the same for the Persian New Year, which I also celebrate. Then again in June for my birthday, and finally in September after the summer holidays. So I broke my goals into 4 sections. This is the same concept that the 12-Week Year book talks about. Instead of setting goals for 1 year, set goals for just the next 12 weeks. Think of it like setting goals for each season. This way, instead of 1 long year, you have 4 mini years. But why does this work? Annual goals don't work because when we have 12 months ahead, it feels like there's plenty of time. So we procrastinate, thinking, I'll start tomorrow. But the tomorrow to start never comes. It looks like this. We stick with our plan at the beginning of the year motivated. But as we lose our motivation, we forget about that goal. Again, close to the end of the year, we feel stressed about the year coming to an end and not having done anything, so we keep doing more. And just like that, most months in the middle are wasted. So if this sounds familiar, make your deadlines shorter. Focus on fewer goals in the first 12 weeks. work on them intensely, and then move to the next set of goals for the following 12 weeks and continue like this. There's this law called Parkinson's law, which says work expands to fill the time available for its completion. It simply means if you set the deadline to finish something in 1 month, you work in a way to finish it in 1 month. But if you set the deadline for 1 week, then you're mentally prepared and work in a way to finish it in 1 week. Even if it doesn't happen in a week, maybe 10 days, which is much shorter than the 30 days of a month. That's why when we had an exam and only a week to study, we started slow at the beginning and suddenly do the most studying at the end. So when the deadline is far away, we don't feel the urgency to take action. So now that we know the how, where should we start? So let's do it together and prepare a 12-week plan. So another key idea in the book is create a compelling vision. But what is that? It's having a clear, inspiring, and motivating image or idea of the future you want. This will help you to take action because it gives you a clear direction. So I actually have a vision board for this, so I'm going to use that as my inspiration. And if you don't know, a vision board is something where you put all the things that you want to happen in your life in one place. There's a science behind this too. If you're interested, let me know in the comment section and I'll make another video about that. So let's pause for a moment and think about who you want to become. What kind of experience do you want to have? Take a moment and write it down, and I'm going to do the same. So I chose 2 things from my vision board. One is speak Italian more fluently, and the second one, grow my YouTube channel. If you haven't done this and didn't pause the video, do it first, and let's go to the next step. So as you noticed, these are all result-based goals. But I realized the best way for me is to turn the result-based goals into action-based goals. Because to be honest, with most goals, we don't have control over them. For example, I can't control how many people will subscribe to this channel. I can only control what I do, which is to make good videos and try to help and stay consistent. So let's turn all the result-based goals into action-based goals. And remember, it's something that is for the next 12 weeks. So in my case, for speaking Italian more confidently, I turned it into 2 Italian sessions per week to practice. And for growing my YouTube channel, I wrote make a video per week and stay consistent. So these are the kind of actions that depend on me and I can't control them. And when you're doing this, remember Parkinson's law. Give yourself tight deadlines so that you are more efficient and you keep doing it. And just like that, you have the first draft of your action plan. Once you have a clear plan, then you just need to track your progress and try to enjoy the journey. And remember, the first plan is not your final plan, because every time you make a plan, then you realize a lot of different things that you need to change, or maybe some method doesn't work for you, or you need to adapt it based on who you are and the journey. So at the beginning, it takes some time to find the right plan that works for you and you can find the consistency with it. So check with yourself weekly and be kind to yourself because it takes some time to make it work. As we mentioned in a previous video about consistency, it's about progress, not perfection. If you haven't watched that video, you can find the link in the description. So go ahead and watch that video too. So if you need support for your vision of having more international experiences and speaking English confidently as a professional, I have a course that gives you the roadmap. By signing up, you can also find out about the Action Taker offer to get my support on your journey. I can't wait to see you there. So thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.